We all know the saying, distance makes the heart grow fonder. But is it true? Do we really come to appreciate someone more when they're no longer around? Specifically, why do men tend to fall harder for women who let them go? In today's video, we're diving into the psychology of relationships, the art of letting go, and why the absence of a woman can be so magnetic. Stay tuned. This one might make you rethink everything you thought you knew about love and loss. Segment 1. The concept of letting go. At its core, letting go is about choice. It's about stepping away when it might be easier to stay. But letting go is also one of the most difficult, yet powerful, actions someone can take in a relationship. For women, this act of letting go can have a profound impact on the emotional dynamic. But why is this so potent for men? To understand this, we first have to look at something intrinsic to human nature: desire. Segment 2. The psychology of desire. At a basic level, human beings are drawn to things they can't have. This instinct goes back to our survival mechanisms. We chase what's elusive. But in love, this concept takes on a different form. When a man realizes a woman is no longer available or is choosing to walk away, something shifts. The chase becomes a deeper pursuit, not of her physically, but emotionally. What happens when she steps away is this: the man is forced to confront the reality of his feelings. He can no longer take her presence for granted. He has to think about what she means to him, in a way that he might never have when she was always there. Segment 3. The role of absence. Absence. It's not just the space between people, it's a catalyst for reflection. When someone leaves, it forces the remaining person to acknowledge their absence. Men, like everyone, often get caught in the routine of relationships. They expect the love and affection to always be there, and in that comfort, they may never fully realize how special it truly is. But when it's gone, when the woman they've grown used to is no longer a constant presence, they experience something profound: loss. Segment 4. The fear of loss. The fear of losing something valuable often triggers deep emotional responses. For many men, this is when they begin to fall harder for the woman who let them go. The realization that she is no longer there, or that she's choosing to walk away, forces them to reckon with the truth: they might not have appreciated her fully while she was there. In the absence of her presence, they are confronted by their own emotions, desires, and regrets. It's the sudden clarity that comes with the fear of losing something they now realize they want, something they might not have understood until it slipped from their grasp. Segment 5. The power of choice. When a woman chooses to walk away, it's not just about physical distance. It's about emotional strength. It's an act of self-respect. And that, in itself, is magnetic. Men are often drawn to strength, especially when it's shown through independence and choice. When a woman decides to let go, it can have an incredibly attractive effect on a man. Her decision forces him to question his own feelings. He is no longer in control of the dynamic. And for many men, that loss of control is deeply attractive. It makes them realize how much they care about her. They are drawn not only to the woman herself but to the powerful decision she's made, choosing herself, choosing to move forward. Segment 6. The change in perspective. Letting go often gives both people a new perspective. For the man, this moment of realization changes the entire relationship dynamic. He's no longer taking her for granted. He now sees her in a different light, not as someone who will always be there, but as someone worth fighting for. This shift is crucial. Men often fall harder when they realize that what they have is finite, that love is not guaranteed. It's only in that moment that they come to fully appreciate the woman they almost lost. Segment 7. The heart wants what it can't have. We've all heard the saying, the heart wants what it can't have. And there's truth in it. Desire, at its core, is often fueled by what we cannot control. When a woman lets go, it creates an emotional vacuum. And into that vacuum, desire rushes in. The man realizes just how much he wants her, and how much he fears losing her. It's not that he didn't care before, but the intensity of his feelings grows when he's faced with the possibility of being without her. The absence creates a longing that was dormant, hidden beneath the surface. Segment 8. The beauty of self-respect. The woman who lets go is also the woman who knows her worth. This self-respect doesn't come from ego or arrogance, it comes from a deep understanding of who she is and what she deserves. And it is this strength that often makes her irresistible. When a woman walks away, it's not about rejecting the man, it's about choosing herself. It's about asserting her boundaries. And in that act of self-respect, she becomes someone worth chasing, someone whose value cannot be easily dismissed. Segment 9. The power of uncertainty. Men fall harder for women who let them go because uncertainty breeds desire. When a relationship feels uncertain, the mind races to fill the gaps. The absence of clarity, of knowing what's next, forces the man to look inward, to confront his feelings, and to ask himself the one question he had been avoiding: do I really want this? Uncertainty brings clarity. The man is no longer living in a state of assumption. He's faced with the cold reality of his feelings. And this clarity, though difficult to navigate, often drives him to fall harder. Segment 10. The magnetic power of letting go. So, why do men fall harder for women who let them go? It's because in the absence, in the space that is created, they find a deeper understanding of themselves and of their feelings. It's only when faced with the possibility of loss that they truly grasp the depth of their connection. And in the end, the women who know how to let go, the ones who make the tough decision to walk away, teach us the most valuable lesson of all: that love, at its most powerful, is never about possession. It's about freedom. Sometimes, the hardest choice is the one that makes us realize how much we've been holding on to. And in letting go, we give ourselves the space to love more deeply than ever before.